fact is, Loki, you and I are not the sort people understand. The sort people fear. Now I got the information that I need, and now I have to break your neck. It's just the way it is. I'm just a messenger. I'm dying. You should choose your words more carefully. This time.
Hey everybody, this is kind of funny. Thanos just being the totally casual bro. I'm just the messenger. I have to break your neck, but this is no big deal. So you could probably see why they deleted this. This is from really early in the stage when they were trying to perfect the Thanos capture performance. So the cool thing about this, though, is that it actually lets us know what Thanos knew about what was going on in the Marvel Cinematic Universe after the Battle of New York. There's a new round of that Infinity War Blu-ray giveaway going on that I'll talk about at the end of the video. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe to get everything. It's going to get really crazy with Venom and Captain Marvel really soon. The funny thing about this is that now we know that he heard about what was going on with Loki after Thor the Dark World pretending to be Odin. So the reason why he just showed up now, I think I talked about this in a previous video, the Russos actually clarified why Thanos waited so long to collect all the stones. And the real key to everything was him getting the location of the Soul Stone, or at least finding out that Gamora knew where it was from Nebula. So that implies that this post-credit scene from Age of Ultron is happening right after she came back to try and kill him. Remember, it's not totally linear with this post-credit scene. This is happening right before he goes to Xandar, and that's happening within the span of a week of Infinity War, because they say that the events of Infinity War only take place over the course of a couple days, almost less than that. That's how quickly things go down, how quickly he just jumps around the universe collecting all the stones. The thing about him knowing who Tony Stark was, that's actually from after the Battle of New York, because people reported that Tony Stark blew up his ships with that nuke at the end. So I know all the Loki truthers out there are talking about theories about how he could come back, what's going on here. Most of those theories rely on ignoring what the Russos have said about the Hulk character, as well as ignoring what the meta commentary of this scene here is, especially when Thanos says, "No resurrections this time." So the thing about that, the reason why this clip is so important is because they're winking at the camera and it's a reference to 3 different things. One, it's a reference to the last time Thanos resurrected Loki after the first Thor film and taught him how to use the Mind Stone and set him on the path to conquer Earth and take the Space Stone back during that first Avengers film. 2, it's a meta joke about all the times the movies have faked Loki's death. They also did that during Thor Ragnarok with the play. Like, we thought that he was dead, but nope, he faked it. He's totally alive. And 3, it's meant to tell you that Thanos is really killing him here and he will not be brought back to life. Literally, no resurrections. As in the filmmakers and Kevin Feige are saying, we're not going to fake Loki's death this time again. The reason why Loki is showing up in all these Avengers 4 behind-the-scenes pics from the Battle of New York, where they're all walking around in their original Avengers costumes, is because it's the Loki from that period. From before Thor the Dark World, before Ragnarok, before the events of Infinity War. It's not our Loki here that's lying in this pile here, coming back in the next film. This Loki is dead. But originally when he did say, the sun will shine on us again to Thor, I think what he was referencing was the sun shining on New Asgard after Thor builds it, as Odin kind of told him to do during Ragnarok.
Father, look at this place. It's beautiful. Look at that.
Remember this place. Home.
This would be a fine place for Asgard, just implying the future of those Asgardian characters, because Asgardia is the name of New Asgard when Thor builds it on Earth in the comics. So I think he was literally saying the sun will shine down and things will be better. You know, you eventually accomplish your goal of helping our people, but also this version of Loki shining down on him with this devilish grin from Valhalla, thinking of ways to cause mischief. Like, even though I'm dead, I'm still the god of mischief, so it's not like I'm just gonna sit around in the afterlife. So remember that even though Tom Hiddleston might be done being a big character in Marvel movies, Thor speaks with Odin in Valhalla during Ragnarok after he's died, so he could do the exact same thing with Loki. But no resurrections means no resurrections, so I don't ever expect this Loki to come back to life. But here's the thing, multiverse theories, time travel, still totally fair game for future movies though. There's still a lot of questions about what happened to Korg, Valkyrie, in Hela, because we saw Hela seemingly die at the end of Ragnarok. She's such a big character, and Cate Blanchett is such a big actress, that I think that any time that they want to bring her back and she wants to come back, she will just pop up like, oh, I was alive this whole time. But within the context of the story, she's the goddess of death. So literally, like, she's probably one of the hardest people to kill in the Marvel Universe aside from Thanos, who's just so physically resilient even without the Infinity Gauntlet that you need a couple people to take him down. Tessa Thompson has said that she totally wants to come back. Kevin Feige, the producers, have said that she basically escaped that Asgardian ship with Korg in about half of the Asgardians, and so there's still half of them that are alive. Everybody didn't die on this ship here. Thor actually had one of the biggest arcs during Infinity War. It'll be a lot clearer during Avengers 4 when they're all together. Like, there'll still be groups during Avengers 4, but they will spend a good part of the film together as Avengers, like this original scene here. Like, obviously, all these things calling back to that first Avengers film. The funny thing about Korg, too, I talked about it in my Guardians video a little while ago because I was talking about Taika, but he actually already recorded new dialogue as Korg. So Korg is confirmed alive and Daryl is confirmed alive.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the first meeting of the Revolution 2.0, or as I like to call it, the Re-Revolution.
Good news, Daryl survived the snap. Bad news, a lot of my co-workers didn't, so I'm working Sundays.
Let me know in the comments, though, Tom Hiddleston cameos in a future film, not Avengers 4, what do you want them to do with the character? Do you want him to just give Thor advice from Valhalla, like if Thor has a problem in whatever next film he pops up in? You know what I'm going to do? Just because the Spider-Man PS4 game is out next week, I'll do the giveaway for the game instead of doing the Infinity War Blu-ray. We'll do that for the rest of the Marvel videos in the next week or so. Congratulations to the winner from my last big video. Click here for my new Sinister 6 Spider-Man Far From Home video, and click here to learn about what's going on with Guardians 3 and Thor 4.